Alright guys, so today we have a different type of video on the channel. Basically, I've made a lot of YouTube tip videos on the channel. Well, I say a lot, but I don't mean that. I mean literally I've made two and they've done a lot, or they've done very well on the channel. I'll link them in the video description down below if you'd like to see more YouTube tips. And today we're going to be going over, according to a blog by Motion Elements, the top 5 tips to make your video go viral, as the headline and title when you open this article says when you open it. I'll link it in the video description down below whether you guys want to follow me on this or not, but I'll just put screenshots on the screen of everything it says, read it out, and I don't entirely disagree with everything it says here, but I don't agree with everything, so I'm going to give my spin on the actual opinion that they're stating to make your video blow up, each individual point, all 5 of them. So the first one being, it says to keep it short. The New York Times reported on a survey with findings that reveal that almost 20% of people stop watching a video within the first 10 seconds, and that isn't a lie. I'm just going to kind of refer back to these points. It isn't exactly a lie, but it's not exactly the entire truth, because think about it, statistics are going to vary between each channel and whatever type of YouTuber you are, whether you've got a very loyal audience, a very active audience, or whatever. It's usually dependent on what all them factors link in for. So also it says, and almost half will abandon a video after the first minute, so that means 50% of the people have gone after the first minute. Again, not entirely true for the points I've already stated. And it says, if you don't already have a loyal audience, create short videos that are easy to watch on mobile devices. Make sure your videos quickly get to the best part, and use things like BGM, background music, animated backgrounds and HD clips to add a professional appeal. One of the most successful videos of all time, entitled Charlie Bit My Finger Again. I mean, I'm guessing you guys have seen that. I'll play it on the screen now. Roll it.
Ouch! Ouch! Ouch, Charlie!
But yeah, that is, like it says here, less than a minute long, and in all honesty, I don't entirely agree with this point, because, yet again, I don't think there'll be ever such a trend or such a video to do well that's that short and that simplistic and yet entertaining at the same time. It was when YouTube first really came around, and it was something that it was like a meme for the whole family. Like, you could show your whole family. It was simple, people got it, and they could relate to it if your parents, or they found it cute or whatever, because it involved 2 little kids, and especially one being a baby child. You could also look deeper into it if you really wanted to, or wanted to waste time actually analysing a less than a minute long video, by saying that it can't really have any hatred towards it. It's so innocent with 2 little children, and it's not causing any kind of hatred speech or anything to do with a wrong infliction or portrayal or propaganda. So yet again, it's one of them things that just can't really be hated on, and people seem to take a liking to because of its innocency and simplicity. This second point says, don't be annoying. You might unwittingly have some elements in your videos that will drive viewers away. Things like distracting background noises, poor video quality, or shaky camera movements may be your downfall. Also, make sure that if your video contains dialogue, anyone who speaks has rehearsed ahead of time so the video feels natural. Well, what? Because if the video was natural, you wouldn't rehearse before. I'm not reading off a script right now, it's just spontaneous thoughts off the top of my head, and I can definitely say that I never, ever have wrote a script for a video in the 500 that I've made that probably do contain my own voice. Yeah, I don't agree with that. This is particularly important for instructional videos, such as hair trimming tutorials. Well, to be honest, I've made a lot of tutorial videos, how to start and grow your gaming YouTube channel. That's never been rehearsed. Like I've said before, if you know your topic enough, it's always off the top of your head, and you can give good points off that topic because you know it so well, like I said, off the top of your head. So if it's really structured and you've got a script and you're using words that in your dialect you wouldn't usually be seen to be using in your YouTube videos, and your audience can detect that as well, that's unnatural. I wouldn't exactly say, oh yeah, making a video and having a script for it is the main important thing, because some people don't like robotic monotone voices. Like, it's just not a particular part of what people may enjoy. Maybe for, I mean, the clear pronunciation of things and accents and understanding in how-to videos, like they've said here, hair trimming tutorials or any kind of guide or tutorial, but for the most part, videos, you just want to kind of be yourself, and whatever happens, happens. And if you're proud of what you've made at the end and you know you put in the effort, you don't really need to rehearse ahead of time, because at the end of the day, YouTube is a time-consuming thing. As much as people may not agree with, it pretty much is one of the most time-consuming hobbies you'll ever have, because you've got to not only make the commentary, get the gameplay if you're a gameplay YouTuber, also gather images for videos, also think of topics, think of video ideas, upload. If you don't have good internet, that takes forever. There's a lot of things, so don't be annoying. I agree with it to an extent, but I don't agree with the part that it should be rehearsed ahead of time so the video feels natural. I just don't agree with that point. Next we have appeal to the heart, because HD video clips, animated backgrounds with background music aren't enough to cut a video going viral, it'll only enhance the video. Not entirely true, I'll get into that in a minute. If the message doesn't tug at your audience's heart, it is unlikely to go viral. Again, not true. Kony 2012, a documentary about children suffering in Uganda, got more than 100 million views in less than a week, in large part because it evoked tender emotions in viewers around the world. So that's partly true. I mean, a big part of that was because it tugged on the emotions of people and it was a very serious topic. Although, what happened to Kony 2012? Like, what the fuck? Where's it gone? Is Kony dead? Has he stopped, you know, raping kids and, you know, cutting their faces off and doing all this awful stuff, making them child soldiers for his fucking army? You just haven't heard from him since. So I'm guessing they just wanted some YouTube revenue. Another part of that going popular, or viral, or whatever you want to call it, is because of the fact celebrities were involved and it seems like a charitable cause. And it was a charitable cause. You could donate to the kind of, I don't know, protection of these people who'd literally escaped the places that Kony kept them, or the army, or the Ugandan kind of bad side had been trying to force them into. So the people who did get out, or the people who were trying to get out, they had a kind of outlet to say, yeah, we'll be safe somewhere else, because obviously it was so dangerous. I get that, but at the same time, it doesn't mean it won't go viral if it's not a case like Kony 2012, where you're actually literally trying to get inside the emotions of everybody watching, because everybody can relate on an international scale. It just doesn't work like that entirely, because you can just use clickbait. I mean, you see a lot of YouTubers saying, like, for example, PewDiePie, it was a good video saying, oh, I'm deleting my channel, but he had 2 channels. He made Jacksepticeye 2, and he deleted that one, and yes, that is his channel, so it's not entirely clickbait, but people will think it is, because he did delete PewDiePie. I know I talk fast, but that made sense to me, and if you listen to that back, it will make sense to you. So at the end of the day, it doesn't always have to be an emotive kind of video to make it go entirely viral, because sometimes the stupidest of things, again, like Charlie bit my finger, it's not very emotive, it's just kind of, it was a meme at the time, I'm guessing, because it was used for everything. So memes, I mean, they're a pretty good way to go viral right now if you make a popular one. Everybody on the internet uses them. Next, be unexpected. Videos often go viral because they depart from the ordinary. Guessing like Harambe, you know, chugging around a little kid around a sanctuary that he wasn't meant to be in. Whether they do so with humour, controversy, or heart-touching stories about humanity, one of Evian's advertisements went viral because it featured rollerblading breakdancing babies. That's true. Susan Boyle's first audition for Britain's Got Talent received 100 million views in less than 2 weeks because no one foresaw that Boyle would have such a beautiful voice. And I'm guessing they just ended the sentence there because she's not nectar, she's not the most attractive woman ever in a lot of people's opinions. But that's a matter of opinion again, where everybody seems to have one of those on the internet. So yet again, it's not set in stone. Nothing is. These are just advertising kind of how to do things. It's a how-to article. So they've got to state their opinion and put it as fact, I guess. And obviously it's not set in stone like I said before. So videos can often go viral because they're out of the ordinary. Well, first of all, yeah, because not everybody's talented in a certain department to an extent where anybody could achieve it. It takes a certain mentality, it takes a certain set lifestyle or dedication or kind of thirst to be as good at something as you maybe perhaps should be in order to receive as much success as you really want at the end of it. Yeah, I agree with that part, but stuff like, you know, Harambe getting a kid and throwing him around or dragging him around a sanctuary, I think the mum should have done more to, you know, stop the situation. Or, I mean, the person filming, like, why didn't, you know, if that was your kid, you'd jump down after him. No matter what, you'd try and save your kid's life no matter what. Like, that's my morals anyway. It's an opinion, it's the internet. You don't have to agree with me, but yeah, I kind of agree with that. It was unexpected, it's a weird representation, the Evian advert, and that's basically it for that point. I don't really have much to say more on that, but you don't exactly need to be entirely unexpected, because yet again, your audience, if they like you, if you want to be a YouTuber for your personality, say for example PewDiePie, they're expected to see PewDiePie in the videos, so it's not going to be entirely out of the ordinary, but you can kind of twist a few strings to say this isn't usually what I do, or maybe title something in a way where people think, what's going on here, and they click it, and a lot of people perceive that as clickbait, but yet entirely you're wanting to go back to the video, you're the one that clicked on it, nobody forced you to, and you're the one who still has a subscription after they feel they've been misled. So at the end of the day, be unexpected. It works, but it's not an entire factor. I'd say it's the most accurate out of them all, but again, not an entire factor. For the final point, we have add finishing touches, which, I mean, everything has things worked around the edges and kind of tweaked at the end of the video, or when in the editing process, I guess, whether it's uploaded to YouTube already and you're editing it on there, if you made a mistake editing it when you were before rendering it, or before rendering it, you do everything and you're adding your finishing touches like your intros, your animations, everything like that. And it says don't simply film your video and upload it to YouTube. Well, I'm guessing that means don't film your background gameplay like with the PS4 share button, which is only 720p 30 frames per second, and upload raw gameplay, because at the end of the day, why do people want to watch that when they could literally just be playing the game themselves? No matter how good your gameplay is, no matter how many people may want to see it, what record it may be, it won't do as well as if it had a bit of personality added to it, or something else like a voice behind the gameplay, so they can kind of get to know who got the gameplay more, or kind of, this is the person who did this, and they can identify your voice with that and then expect things for the future with your voice on it, and they can kind of get to know you more. I mean, that's just a step in the right direction for introducing personality, I guess. Take the time to edit it and add in library music and After Effects templates so your final product has a polished appearance, which, yeah, I agree with, but it won't make your video go viral. Like, if you didn't have this factor, you could just literally go off the other factors, or you could maybe in this list have about 2 of 3, or maybe even just one overall that maybe isn't entirely to do with that structured point, and it still go viral. Nothing guarantees anything, but I definitely think a well-structured video, or a well kind of refined video, so you know what you're talking about, you have kind of some interest in what you're talking about, so you're not just like, hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, got a gameplay. Like, nobody just wants to watch that and then the gameplay. That it's more than that in 2017 now. Times are changing, but the microphone's staying the same and kind of the structure staying the same. The internet isn't really like going anywhere anytime soon, but people are making progress and going places on the internet, so you got to change and up the game for the people around you, because if you don't, then someone else will, and you've got to make the change to be that unique kind of factor on the internet, or whatever people want to see. Like, it's not always down to what you need to be like in terms of other people. People might just want to see you for you, and whatever you may want to be might be what's right for the internet to see. So that's basically all I've got for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, if you want me to do more kind of YouTube tips tutorials, or kind of reflect on articles and shit, make sure you slap a like in the video down below. And do you see what I did there? Kind of cut 2 audio clips, which is what this article didn't really say, where, you know, they kind of just implied, you know, do everything off one take of a microphone setting, because that's not what I do ever now. I could probably commentate off the top of my head and make it like a decent video for about 5 to 7 minutes. Anything after that, I'm trying shit, and people probably think it's for more ad revenue, so I can put like 5 ads in a 10-minute video. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and enjoyed the content, or want to see more of this content on this channel. Let me know in the comment section, and like I said, I'll see you guys around. Peace out.